people always think na yung trauma, yung nangyari sa'yo. Like, the war, the murder, the sexual harassment, etc. No. That's the traumatic event. Okay? Yung trauma, yung mark na naiwan. So, correct in the paglubog, correct. Kasi pag sinabi, di ba, signs of trauma, may blunt force trauma, may knife wound, may so meaning may naiwan siyang mark. Okay? So, in our mental state, sa ating kalusugang pag-iisip, ang trauma ay ano yung mga ugali, behavior na naiwan from that event. Halimbawa, I'll give you an example as super clear nito, Denise. May tita ka na tuwing family reunion, sinasabi, ang taba mo ngayon, ganyan.
Aray ko
Taba mo ngayon, ganyan. Kahit 10 years old ka pa lang. May ganon. So, yun yung event. Yun yung traumatic event. Ayun. Kala mo na kalimutan mo na yun. And then many years later, college ka na feel mo na may pattern ka na takot ka tumaba. Okay? So, magkaka-unhealthy behavior ka. Halimbawa, anorexia or, the extremes are that you mag-throw up, bulimia, etc. Minsan, hindi mo alam saan galing yan and then try mo i-explain. No? Kasi lured yung brain, ayaw ng brain na walang explanation. So, sasabihin ng brain, i-blame ko yung magazine, kasi lahat ng models payat, etc. But if you dig deep, it may have come from that 10-year-old event with your aunt. Kasi may sa Philippines talagang dominated tayo ng mga tita eh. May mga tita ka na magsasalita ng
kamusta ka na? Taba mo ngayon na.
Na parang, parang payat ka ngayon. Parang taba mo. Parang ang boyfriend mo. Kahit casually lang nila sinabi. yung mga tita ng Philippines, may power manuot sa bulalo mo yung sinasabi nila eh. And it stays, And for some reason, you don't even know where it's from. All of a sudden, you're so neurotic. By neurotic, I mean obsessive na yung ko tumaba. And then you do all sorts of unhealthy things kasi ayaw mo tumaba, di ba? And then it stops to become about, hindi na siya about health, hindi na siya about movement or mobility or flexibility. Magiging about your 10-year-old self trying to shut your tita up. Because your tita is staying in your brain, in your amygdala, nag-echo siya in your head. Does this make sense? So, the mean or abusive caregiver is not the trauma. The trauma is what did it leave behind? Ano yung ugali mo ngayon? Ano yung habits na nakuha mo? May bisyo ka ba? You have to figure that out. That's why there's a trauma therapist.
So ang trauma pala, Gang, ay kumbaga present siya lagi, continuing. Hindi siya yung nandun lang. Ibig sabihin nangyayari pa rin hanggang ngayon.
But Gang, why does that happen? Because alam mo, I think in layman, pag sinabi yung trauma, ang iniisip nila lagi, dapat sobrang sama nung nangyari.
Sobrang laki.
Oo, sobrang laki, sobrang devastating. But also, minsan, kunyari yung tita mong yun, pasok sa isa, labas sa kabila, hindi mo nalang pinapansin eh. Pero nagmamar, why does it happen?
Okay, thank you for asking that, Denisa. Kasi I'm a neuroscience, parang alam nyo, ang clinician, nakikipagkita sa patient at sa client. Yan ang clinical. Psychologist, clinical, ganyan. Yun yung difference sa researcher. Kasi yung researcher, experiment, lab, theory, di ba? The reason why I'm so glad you asked that kasi I study the brain. Okay? Affective neuroscience yung study ko talaga is meaning anong effect ng brain mo sa behavior mo. Hindi pwedeng hiwalay ang memory sa trauma. So, I'll give you an example. Kala mo, nakalimutan mo na, di ba? Pero actually, nanood. Kasi meron kang part sa brain, ang tawag dito hippocampus, okay? In charge siya sa keeping the data. Halimbawa, pag sinabi ng hippocampus nung 3 years old ka, may nahawakan kang higad. Yun yung makate. Sasabihin ng hippocampus, oh my God, nangati tayo. Of course, that's not how he says it, but the brain will say, tatandaan ko to. I'm going to remember that anything that looks like this, mong higad, will make me itch. So I'll remember it. So ang ginawa ng hippocampus, isa-store niya. So in charge siya. And anong job ng brain? Ang main trabaho ng brain mo is to keep you safe. It's not even to keep you happy, okay? The main job is that you are safe. So, yung hippocampus mo, tatandaan niya na mainit ang apoy, matalas ang bubog, makati ang higad. Hindi mo yan consciously ginagawa. Your brain just automatically does it. But if you were hurt at 9 years old, because tita said, ang taba mo ngayon at ang itim mo, diba? Tita ko ganun eh. Isa lang pala. Sumalangit nawa.
Okay.
Meron akong part as a 9-year-old na na-hurt. Na-hurt. Lalo na pag kaka-praise lang sa ate mo na, ang ganda mo ngayon. Tapos bilang, ba't ang itim mo? Di ba? Parang, what? So, may part sa brain ko, in my hippocampus, the 9-year-old brain that says, tatandaan ko to. Sin-hurt ako eh. Why? Why? Because, Lord, if you remember things that kept you safe, happy, soft, gentle, comforting, how does that protect you? You need to remember what burnt you, made you itch, made you cry. You know, you have to remember that. So, protective. So, that's the brain protecting you. So, yung tanong mo, Denise, kanina, why does it stay? Because sinasabi ng brain mo, wag na tayo ma-hurt, tandaan natin to. Tandaan na, let's remember this. Does this make sense? Am I making sense?
Yes.
Sorry.
Dapat
Oo.
talaga brain ang pinapagana eh. Wag heart.
Well, sorry, thank you for bringing that up. Kasi tama ka, yung heart, in the brain sense, ano siya, limbic system. So, nandyan yung feelings. Okay? Yung brain, as we know it, cognitive frontal lobe yun. So, meron kang natatandaan at sinustore na information na walang words. Okay? Ano yun? Yun yung feeling na awkward ka. Pagpasok mo, ang daming nagdadaldalan and then they all keep quiet. Alam mo yun? Pagpasok mo, walang words yun. Pero nafe-feel ng brain mo na, ako yata yung pinag-uusapan nila. Okay? So, and then if I put it in words, it will be paranoia or, whatever. Pero nararamdaman mo lahat yun. Automatic. You feel that all the time. So, what I need you to know is that trauma is not what happens to you. It's the non-care that happens after.
Gang, paano yung ano? Kasi 'di ba you're talking about the brain helping itself or yourself helping you and the brain
Yeah.
protecting itself. Pero how do you even identify that? Kung ikaw mismo, meron bang mga clear signs na parang, teka, ito na ata yung first stages na medyo I'm going down that path? Ano ba yung mga signs na yon? Kasi minsan hindi na-realize ng tao na 2 weeks na pala silang hindi lumalabas ng bahay, feeling nila nagpapahinga lang sila, pero yun pala, pa-start na.
Okay. Ano ba sa phrase, ano ba sa Filipino ang self-awareness, Lord? Kailangan
Kamalayan?
Ha?
Kamalayan? O yung,
Baka.
self-consciousness,
Kailangan,
self-awareness.
okay, layman's terms.
Mulat
Kailangan
o kamulatan.
sobrang kilala mo yung sarili mo. Sobra. Kilalanin mo talaga yung sarili mo. And I'm not just talking about ano favorite color mo. Minsan nga kahit yun, di mo masagot on the fly. Anong favorite color mo? Mas gusto mo ba adobo o sinigang? At kumakain ka ba ng okra o hindi? Alam mo yung mga opinions na yun on yourself, mahalaga yun. And then you go further, okay? Kasi kung kilala mo sarili mo, Denise, mapapansin mo na 4 days na yata akong hindi man lang tumatawa. Then you're aware or watching yourself. So, yung tinatanong mo kanina, Lord, yung athletes, how do they know? Are you more in control of... Kasi inaalagaan ko hanggang ngayon si Heidelin Diaz eh. Tama yung tanong na yun kasi usually physical yung indicator mo if you're okay or not. Lord, pinag-usapan natin to. Pag naka-accomplish ka ba, is it assumed na mentally healthy ka or body? Okay, so you have to be so aware, Denise, of your patterns. Like, hindi ka, pag nagyaya yung friend mo ng, Denise, milk tea tayo. Sige, pag hindi, normally, ma-happy ka. Pag nagsabi ka, pag ganun yung sagot mo, pwede kang mag-pause and say, but hindi ako excited mag-milk tea. O maring masakit lang tiyan mo. Okay, so maring hindi depression. Pero parang, pag wala ka ng gana, I think yun yung word walang gana, for things na dating excited ka, that's one. Important may indicators, Lourda. Yung dati happy ka pag may narinig kang song, tapos ngayon hindi, that's one. But for me, masyadong vague yun. Kailangan super clear, like, ayaw mo maligo, tamad ka mag-toothbrush, wala kang gana magsuklay, di mo feel magbihis. Yun, basic yun eh. Pero sobrang indicator yun.
Why is it?
Indicator yun. Kasi, can I tell you why many depressed people ayaw maligo and magbihis?
Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna ask kung bakit
Can I tell you why?
hygiene-related yung mga signs minsan.
Oo, kasi kung hindi mo feel maligo, hindi mo feel magbihis, wala kang reason to go out. Okay? So, nakapambahay lang ako. Hindi ako mag-on ng video, nakapatulog ako. Di ba may mga ganon? At kung hindi ka naligo, meron kang immediate excuse to isolate. Di ba naligo? Hindi ba toothbrush eh? Di ba ganon? So, in a way, it becomes a protective film between you and the world. Okay? When I have been depressed, of course, my default is depression, but I really work on it. When I feel, how do I say it? ang hirap na hirap ako maligo pag depressed ako. Pero pag tinanong ako ng friend ko, ba't mo maligo? Kasi feeling ko, pag naligo na ako at nag-bihis na ako at nakasapatos na ako, wala na akong matataguan. Wala na akong reason. I have to join the world. So one indicator is you don't even want to join the world. I think yun. Gusto mo lang, nakaupo ka lang sa bed, ganyan. Or nakahiga. That's one. So Denise, ano yung summary nun? Non-movement. Ayaw mo gumalaw. Minsan, di-delay mo pa para jumingel. Kahit yung tayo lang, papunta sa banyo, titiisin mo, ihi ka na, hindi ka tatayo. Alam mo, indicator yon. Why? Lord, what's that? You're frozen. You're freeze. That's fight, flight, freeze, right? In your body, there are days, gutom na gutom ka na, hindi mo feel gumalaw to the kitchen. Ihi ka na, hindi ka man lang babangon. Titiisin mo yung bladder control. Kasi meron kang part in your brain that says, I wanna freeze. Because I'm not safe. I can't move. I'm trauma. Yun yung fight, flight, freeze. That's actually it. So, good indicator yung movement. Like, you really have to check, am I moving? Am I standing okay? Can I stretch my arms even? Otherwise, ganun ka lang eh.